bumpity bumps. What up, party people? Yeah, I got to have that AC on today. Air blowing right down my throat, making my throat all choppy and stuff. I don't expect too many people on the live because it's a Saturday. Folk probably chilling. But I got to go out here and knock out some house inspections. I got to drop off some stuff to FedEx. So I figured I'd just kick it with y'all and have y'all roll with me. Y'all get a chance, just hit that like button, because nowadays YouTube, if you don't hit the like button, they are not pushing the video out to people. They ain't telling nobody nothing. And I've learned that from watching, Kwame Brown's videos, Self-Talk, Carcino, and the rest of the crew. But yeah, I'm just out here doing some work. Sorry about all the shakiness with the video. Hopefully the video stabilizer. What up now, Joy? Hopefully the stabilizer in the camera got my video straight, and I hope my car engine isn't too loud, because it seems like this microphone on this new phone be picking up some everything and all of that. But now I just figured I'd hop on with y'all. I got a couple of house inspections to do. I guess y'all be watching me doing that and everything. I got to roll up to Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach. I think I got 5 to do. And I figure while I'm out here, answer some questions and all of that. Inexpensive printer, dual tray. Oh man, starting to die, huh? What type of printer do you have right now? Yeah, it's way bumpy out here today on this road. What is going on? Got me looking like I'm having fits. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I mean, I know of the brand, but I'm not familiar with it. What's going on, Shane? Yeah, everything is well. Okay. Seems like every bump done popped up out here today. I'm not familiar with that brand for its durability and longevity. I know a lot of the HPs and the Brothers and Lexmarks tout themselves as being what they call business computers. Something that I learned years ago is that there's business devices and residential or non-business, and the business devices tend to be more durable. They last longer. So you can, but they also cost more, and everything. Yeah, the HP and Brothers on back order because of the computer chip issue, or partly because of that. I think, at least that's my opinion, that because of the computer chip issue. So I will say this here much, and I'm gonna throw this out here. I know there are some notaries who are thinking about bowing out of this business. If you are seriously considering or have considered bowing out the business, I would ask that you hit me up. Let me know, and maybe I can get somebody to buy your equipment. Now, don't expect them to buy full price, but you could get something back if you plan on getting out the business. because yeah, it's getting difficult to get printers. I don't know if you have to go to another state or anything, and I hate to throw this out there like that, and I've really been trying not to. And the other day when I was talking about people making, breaking even, they say, oh, I got my money back and now I'm out. I would have to say that if that's really where you're at, then be a blessing to someone else. And I'm not saying give them your equipment. What I'm saying is give them a good deal on it. Give them a package deal. You know what I'm saying? On the scanner, on the printer. Give some local notaries the paper, or sell it to them, for half of what you pay for it. maybe full price, because if you haven't used the paper, then I think it's still worth the full price. So for the paper, full price. But the printer and all of that, unless, I mean, yeah, if you broke even now, I know some people say they haven't even taken their stuff out the box. And I'm not saying go stick the stuff in the box and pretend like you ain't never took it out the box just so you can get full price. But I mean, you do what you do. But what I'm saying is, if you are at a point where you don't want to do this business anymore, then let's transition that equipment over to somebody who is still motivated, who is still in a position to go out there and do it. And I think that would be nice, a smart thing to do, would be very helpful, get over here on this new smooth part of the road. But yeah, so the printer thing, and I haven't looked recently to see if any, about the printers and all of that. I've heard stories about checking 2 in the morning. I can't do that. I mean, even though it seems like I'm up at 2 in the morning a lot of times, but a lot of times I don't even be thinking about buying stuff or looking up stuff at 2 in the morning on Amazon and all of that. Bought a refurbished office printer. Okay, yeah, you can get that. Facebook Marketplace. Appreciate all the information, just starting out. All right, cool. Yeah, so you may have to hit somebody up and be like, look, I mean, seriously, in them Facebook groups, it don't hurt to ask. Yo, all y'all who's struggling, you said you tired of this business. You ain't making the money you making. Or better yet, all of these people who done transitioned from doing notary and saying they mentors now, and they not really doing, they trying to make their money off of y'all, from hiring them to be their mentors and stuff and want to do educational stuff. Well, I'm sure you might not be doing any notary thing anymore. So if you're not doing the notary stuff anymore, then why don't you slide that printer on over here? Because you're not doing closings anymore. You trying to run a signing company. You may not, okay, come on, people. You may not, need all those printers or however many printers you got, slide one on over this way and everything. So in my opinion, that's something you can, they can do and all of that. But if somebody's bowing out the business, they're not interested in doing it anymore, then I encourage you, put the word out, contact me. I put the word out. If I have to, I'll create a spot on my website, and where people can, get the equipment, can see what the equipment is, see what it costs, and then we find a way to make sure people can securely reach out to you and do a deal. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the shipping of the equipment, y'all gonna have to work that out between yourselves. Who gonna ship what? Who gonna pay for the shipping and all of that? Yeah, y'all gonna have to work that out. What's going on? yeah, I'm gonna stay. Oh, my thing charging up. Yeah, I'm gonna stay safe out here. Yeah, with the house inspections, everything's been going pretty good, but I've noticed, and if y'all get a chance, hit that like button so YouTube can share out with the other notaries we on here. Man, lately I've been having people, like neighbors and stuff, popping out their house. What you doing? I'm like, doing a house inspection for your neighbor. Why? Because they paid me to do it. Oh. All right. Anything else? Nah. Okay. I mean, just like I had a lady recently, I'm doing the pictures. She comes back. She's walking these dogs. I didn't know whether she lived at the house or not. She asked me, what am I doing? I said, I'm doing a house inspection for the owners. No, you're not. You're not doing that. I'm like, yes, I am. And she's like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay, then what the heck am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what am I doing? Because, yeah, that's what I'm doing. She's like, no. So she goes in the house. And I said, and I'm gonna ask her before she goes in, I'm like, okay, are you the owner? No, I'm dog sitting. So I hop on the phone and call the people, their name was in there. I'll get to that question in a second, Miss Sharon. And I'm like, okay, I am not Okay. Y'all going, man, I gotta run across. Oh, they paving the parking lot, so that means I gotta run across the street. Man, I don't feel like doing all of that. Oh, goodness. I gotta run across the street to FedEx. Ain't that some mess? All right. Okay, is he trying to? Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you somebody?
I'm somebody just like you somebody.
Oh, no. Are you taxi?
No. Oh, y'all waiting for a taxi?
No, it was parked, so I didn't think you were.
Oh, no.
I know you were somebody.
Okay. All right, have a good one. Dude, that's like, are you somebody? I'm like, I'm somebody like you somebody. I'm like, oh, man, they waiting on the taxi. Man, my bad, y'all. Hey, y'all hold on 1 second. I got to run across the street to FedEx and drop these packages off. Man, that's funny. Call me and say, are you somebody? I'm like, yeah, I'm somebody like you somebody. I'm like, oh, goodness. That's funny, y'all. That's funny. But y'all hold on 1 second. They gonna take me long. I'm gonna drop these packages off to FedEx and everything and all that. Because they paving the parking lot and they got it blocked off. Woo! All right, party people. All right, and always get your receipt when you do the FedEx and stuff. Woo! And then Mr. Somebody was also in there, so he beat me in there. I don't know, shoot, but yeah, with the house inspections, yeah, lately it's been a little crazy because some folk been the neighbors, and like I told you, most of the time it's the neighbors popping out, questioning why are you out there, were you taking pictures. Then one guy, oh, let me go back to the lady with the house. So she came out, I guess she thought I was just lying. So what I found out was I called the number, because they have the number in there, called the people, say, hey, look, I'm taking a house, pictures of your house for your house inspection. Some lady walking some dogs was giving me a little trouble. I just want to make sure you understand, know what's going on. I don't know what she's going to report to you. She's like, oh no, that's my mom. sorry you had to go through that. And then the mom kept looking out the house, slamming the door, like, you know, like, what's that mash you're doing out there? And I'm like, so I didn't leave. I was like, because I didn't want to take a chance of leaving, and then next thing you know, 5-0 roll up on me. So I was like, I need to contact somebody. And then they called her, talked to her, got everything straight. But mom's was sort of tripping, you know, and everything. And then I had one guy, I had to do a house, and I had to go back twice because I actually forgot to take some pictures on the side, and I didn't realize that. So the first day I went out there, he comes popping out, and I could tell just by the body language. I'm like, okay, he trying to see what I'm up to. Yeah, mom was tripping. And then, so I had to go back out there. Whoa, snap. Sorry about that, y'all. Spider done got in the car. Daggone it. Yeah, I don't, Daggone critters trying to get me. Oh, you still alive. Oh, I got some, hold on, y'all. Sucker gotta die. There we go. I got him. Oh, don't be trying to crawl on me dead. Woo. All right. We straight. But yeah, the guy, so when I went back to redo the pictures, really just to add the 2 pictures that I forgot to take, I'm out there not pointing the camera at his house at all. He comes popping out, hey, what you doing out here? Or something to that effect. And I looked at him, I'm like, doing a house inspection. Well, you look like you was taking pictures of my house. No, I wasn't. I said, I'm taking pictures of this house. Oh, okay. All right. I'm like, dude, don't be tripping on me. Don't be tripping on me. Y'all get a chance, hit that like button. But I tell you, the house inspection, and for those of you who are doing it, y'all should be seeing some increases in orders and everything. Because I mean, it's picking up. The orders are picking up. All right, let's see which way it's trying to take me and everything. So I like the house inspection. Honestly, I do. It's pretty cool. Haven't had any, major problems with it. It's good money. Last month I made over $1,700 doing it, so I like it. Now somebody, I had to, because it's hot out here, so I gotta keep that sweat from dripping all up on me and everything. Got my towel and all of that, got my waters and everything. What I really got, my lumpia. Yeah, got my lumpia, got my duck sauce. So I'm good to go for the day. So I could be out here all day doing house inspection and everything. Y'all know I normally don't eat when I'm doing my videos, but it was my signal. So it's about courses. I don't course per se. The only thing that I have is a really good playlist called Notary Basics. And in that Notary Basic playlist has a lot of great videos that can help you understand this business and what to do and not to do, how to share the documents, how to go about understanding what to do with the documents. There's a printer playlist that if you're having problems with the printer, so most people are asking, a course. The question would be then, what do you want a course in? What is it that you want to be educated in? The house inspection is like $20 per house. So the ones I'm doing today, and I'm just going to keep that live rolling. Y'all can see me doing it now. Let me see if my camera flip is working. All right, yep, camera flip is working. So the ones I'm going to do today, all are $20. I'm just going out there, clickety click, and that's it. In my Groundworks playlist is the company that I get my stuff through, shows the interior inspection and everything. But for as a course, that Notary Basics has a lot of good information, and then you do the NNA. What you say? I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't mind. I think continuing education is the way to go, and that's why I like the group Notary Stars, because they're not trying to do a certification. And let me, and hopefully I remember to go back to my point about the course. It sort of ties in. Again, I think I mentioned this before. One of the things that I learned from my wife, certification and certificate of completions are two different things. Certifications are things that is a thing that you are continuously getting. You get certified, and the certifications a lot of times you have to get a period of time. Okay, when you on the when you like on this here, you click the picture of me or the word Griffin Notary Services, the channel's name, and when you click that, it will take you to the playlist. And I even put a video up a couple of weeks ago on how to find the playlist, because people was asking that same question: how do I get to the playlist? So you click on my picture or the name of the channel, and it'll take you, and you'll see right up there at the top, playlist. But a lot of stuff that people offer saying you're certified, a lot of certifications you have to get recertified in or do them continuously, every year, every 2 years, every 4 years, 5 years, stuff like that. And like when I was working, in the IT world, like you had a CCNA certification. That was every year or every 3 years you had to do, and then you had to do what they call continuing education units, CEUs, that went toward you doing, gaining additional information. And if you didn't do enough CEUs, then you had to go and retake the certification all over again. A lot of the stuff out there, people saying you take my course and you'll be certified. The question is, what are you truly being certified in? You see what I'm saying? Are you being certified in something that's related to you doing your job as a notary, or are you being certified in the fact that you just gain knowledge from them on how to run the business and how they interpret you should be doing the business and you should be doing the documents? Very, very different things, okay? So when it comes to certifications, and then most of these things, you don't pay $500 for it. You mean I got to pay another $250 every so many years? And just giving me updates doesn't mean that I'm really certified. Okay, I can get updates from anywhere. So when somebody says, you take my course and you'll be certified, okay, well, how long is your certification for? And who recognizes the certification? And really, the key is, again, what have I been certified in? So when you ask a person, whether me or anybody else, saying, well, do you offer courses? Do you offer training? You have to be specific and say, what is it that you're getting trained in? Just like if you're trying to send your kid to college, or you're trying to go to college or whatever, you're not just going to any old school. You're like trying to make sure that whatever it is they're teaching you is applicable to the job at hand. If it's not applicable to the job at hand, then it's not worth anything to you. It's worth something to them because they just made some money, but overall, it's really not adding value in your life. And that's where the biggest issue, right, that I see right now with the notary business is that a lot of people are offering stuff to people, and I'm not knocking down training, mentorship, or going to conferences. But at the end of the day, am I really going to be learning what I need in order to be a better notary? That's the first thing, because you got to be a good notary. And a lot of people out here aren't good notaries. From a business standpoint, if you're teaching me 95% how to run the business, but I don't know how to be a good notary, I don't understand how to do notary work, then I don't see how I'm going to be successful in my business if I don't understand that part of it. And this isn't something that you can just wing, and a lot of people are trying to do that. So looking at the map, that's all. So going back to, do I offer courses? In and of itself, no. I don't offer courses. I offer information that hopefully is going to put you in the right direction so you can do this business correctly from a notarial side and from an actual how I run my business side. Um, that's what I'm trying to do. I won't even say trying. That is what I'm doing. Okay, other people might not think I'm doing it, but that's what I believe I'm doing. And from the feedback that I've received from many of you, I'm at least on the path of doing that. I'm going in the right direction. So you have to be, as the business owner, as the one running this show, you have to be specific about what you want an individual to educate you in, and you have to hold their feet to the fire. If they are unwilling or unable to educate you in that realm, then you don't need to be connected with them. That's why people who contact me and they're like, well, I need to have a better understanding of the documents, and I know that I'm not going to teach them document understanding or how to break the documents down and all of that. I tell them I'm not the one to connect with. Go to these other people who commercials you've seen. I think sometimes people come to me because they think it'll be cheaper with me, or that I got a script or whatever. You get with the NNA, they have a script. Okay, they have a script that can show you how to just give a general, description of the document and all of that. And just like I received a text message from a young lady yesterday asking me, saying that she needs to know where and when a person needs to sign. That I sent her the video, the video that I have out there, the best and realest loan doc overview video, which that is a great video to help you understand where. But I got concerned because she said when. And I'm like, well, when they sign is when you present the document, meaning you hand them the document. That's when, after they read it and they know it. And maybe I'm missing it. Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding. I applied for they pay 6 and want you to drive 15. Well, the company I deal with is Groundworks, and they pay 20 bones. So if you look at my playlist, you'll see Groundworks, and somewhere in one of them descriptions should have their information to go to Groundworks to get with them. There are also companies out there, like there's one called Photo Inspections. They pay 15 and they be trying to have you all over the place. So I only do them barely once a month. I mean, very barely once a month. So I don't mess with that Photo Inspections that often. I think they was the first one that I signed up with, but they weren't sending out they haven't been sending out a whole. There's a mobile notary I just saw. Yeah, I just saw mobile notary up here in Tyward Drive. So if you listening later on over here off of Lafayette and you made a U-turn, Griff was riding behind you. But yeah, Groundworks $20. They were at 21, but then they dropped it $1 when the pandemic hit because they lost some business and everything with the mortgages and all of that, because they went to no inspection mortgages and all of that. But $20 still is good for what I'm doing, and everything. But yeah, when it comes to training, you really got to make sure. See your commission, cool. Well, and just so you understand, the NNA, they don't have an LSA course, okay? They have a notary signing agent. The NNA calls it notary signing agent, not LSA loan signing agent. And as I've said many times, Church Street, when you start calling yourself a loan signing agent, you need to look at my video called LSA versus NSA. And in the last part of that video, I break it down, the difference between a loan signing agent and a notary signing agent. And that's coming from Superior Notary Services, which is one of the best notary companies, signing companies out there. So I'm giving you information off of their site. This isn't something that Griff is just pulling together out of the air and all of that. So I don't know who came up with or why they come up with the loan signing agent, but the NNA calls us notary signing agents. So it sounds more professional, sounds more prestigious and all of that to say loan signing agent, but we are really notary signing agents per the NNA. Other people call you that, but you know, you present yourself, and what I've heard is when people sometimes present themselves to the borrowers as, hey, I'm the loan signing agent, they get the impression sometimes that you understand the loan and you're like a loan officer or a loan officer representative. So you have to, yeah, they've been fooled for a while. Now they've been fooled for the external, but they've been asking for people for the internal inspections. That takes a little bit more effort, but you can make some dollars with that. So I'm not saying you can't call yourself a loan signing agent. I'm just saying make sure you understand that when the title company tells the borrower, hey, we're going to be sending a notary out to you, they don't say, for as I know, they don't say we're going to be sending a loan signing agent out to you. So you don't want to confuse people. I've talked about this in the past with using terminology that they don't understand. Just like you don't want to say 1003. Yeah, well, here's your 1003. Most signers don't know what a 1003 is. They know what a loan application is, but they don't know what a 1003 is. Yes, it says it at the bottom right corner, but how many signers are looking at the bottom right corner? Excluding all what equipment is needed. Well, you need a bag to put your stuff in. You need pens, you need clipboards, you need a receipt book. Yeah, I've been over here doing some house and some other stuff. Stuff like that. There's a what's in my bag video. Let me turn this air off my throat. There's a video I got called What's in My Bag, and in there it talks about all the stuff that I have in my bag. So that will be a good video for you to look at. And many other notaries have some really good What's in My Bag thing. So, and then they got affiliate links to, you know, on the site, on their thing, so you can click on their links and stuff. I just got regular links going to the stuff on mine, so I don't really do affiliate link. I don't do affiliate links and all of that and stuff. Let me see what else we got up in here and everything. But yeah, when it comes to the training, oh yeah, I would love to teach. I love teaching. I love teaching. And Carolina Avenue. All right, what we got going on? And make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button for me. Y'all know how YouTube been tripping lately. Okay, I see how this works. Oh, okay, I got it. But yeah, so the training is a big thing. I think once you understand clearly how to notarize a document, everything else will fall in place. Case in point, when one of the things that I've seen that can confuse people, and it confused the heck out of me, I ain't gonna lie to you, it confused the heck out of me, is the loan application. Because when I first got the loan application, it just, for whatever reason, it didn't click that it was a loan application. And I'm sitting up here looking for, just like many others, looking for it to be, you know, like the closing document. Or I didn't, or it might have been I wasn't paying attention to the order and thought that I was getting a loan, a refinance, when it was really a loan application. Now, most people will say, and I did it myself, you know, trying to say, well, the way to know that this is a loan application is that it doesn't have a right to cancel. Well, that is not a good measure to determine whether or not it's a loan application, because certain refinances don't have right to cancel. Investment properties and some others. Mainly your primary residence, that's where, and I think HELOCs, and your primary residence is where you have the right to cancel. Okay, so how to know whether or not you have a loan application? You look for the loan estimate. The loan estimate is just like the closing disclosure. So if you see a loan estimate in there, it's a loan application, period. Okay, that's what it is. If you get a document and it says, and it has a closing disclosure, then that's a final. That's, you're doing a refinance and you're doing the loan closing. So there should be documents in there. That's where you should be seeing the deed, the note, and other items such as that and everything. So let me double check this address. I don't, man. All right. 413. Hold on one second, party people. 413. Ah, right over there. All right, so I'm a park so y'all can see me do the thing with the house inspection. So, and I'll get back and remind me what I was just talking about. I don't forget that quick. One of the things that I do when I'm with the house inspection, I try to park in such a way, because I got cameras on the front of my car, so that the cameras can see me out here in front of the house doing the pictures in case somebody be tripping. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I park my car in such a way that, oh, okay, I'm on a loan application. Okay, I got it. So let me flip that around. All right. So I'm pretty much going to stay right along here the whole way. And just so y'all can see, I got this dual facing camera facing toward me, camera facing out, and all of that. So I'm gonna go out here real quick and do these pictures, and then I'm gonna hop back in here and get back on that loan application. Oh man, forgot my camera. Gotta have my body cam. Gotta have my body cam for just in case somebody roll up on me. right, that took a little bit longer than I wanted. Primarily, I can. All right, there we go. Yeah, it took a little longer because, as you saw, I went around the corner. This one wanted side pictures, which I don't like side pictures because in this case, the whole side over here is blocked by trees. You can't even see the side of the house, you know. But if you don't take the side pictures, then they send you back out to take the side pictures and everything. And they don't, and the lender, it's really coming from the lender. The lender doesn't care about whether or not, you know, they can see the side or not. They want the side pictures. And I'm like, and you say, well, you can't take the side, so I just take pictures of whatever. I hate to say it that way, but that's what it ends up being and everything. So the other pictures, the front of the house, all of that is doable, and everything. And let me do one thing. I got to check one more thing real quick. All right. Yeah, I actually just saw a clearing where I could get closer to the house and take a better picture of the front without the trees in it. So, and then I just submit it, and that's it. So, however long that took, it doesn't take that long to do these, and then I'm off to the next one. But yeah, back to the loan application. With the loan application, all you're doing is just making sure they sign the documents. There's not a whole lot of explaining that you have to do or need to do. I'm using my phone, cell phone. That's all. Cell phone, that's it. I will say that because I got two new phones, the S21 Ultra and the S21 Plus. The cameras are awesome on these bad boys. I can really stand back and zoom in. With the Note, I couldn't zoom in. I mean, the zoom was okay, but with these, I can zoom way in. I can stand back, so that way it doesn't look like I'm trying to go on people's property and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that bad boy comes in handy. And I'm looking at where this next one at. That's like 24 minutes away. All right, so I guess y'all ready for a 24-minute drive with me. Samsung S21. I got the Ultra. This is the Ultra, and then the other one is the one I'm on right now is the Ultra, and then this one is the Plus. And for the most part, I mean, they're decent phones. I mean, they good. I like them and everything. So there ain't too much complaining I can do about them. But I always think the phones could be better. But with the loan application, okay, I'm going across Carolina. Yeah, with the loan application, now see, this is another thing I do not like. Daggone Google Maps, I'm thinking I'm going in one direction, then it flips around like, oh no, you're going in the wrong direction. Oh gosh, so now I got to turn back around. But yeah, with the loan applications, the loan applications are truly the easiest ones to do. All you got to do is just show up, one copy, have the person sign, and then you out. Now, it can be complicated if you're dealing with somebody who wants to read everything. It can be complicated if you're dealing with somebody who is elderly and they're not really clear themselves on why they're doing this and all of that. And what you need to understand about the loan application, they're trying to get you to get this thing signed so that they could get that person going, and they want to get them locked into them as quickly as possible as their lender. So that signer, and I've been told this, sometimes the signers, and I was told this by the signer, he was like, yeah, this company's trying to get me to do this refinance with them, but I got 2 other companies that I'm looking at. So I had got an order, and it was for like $100 to do this refinance. I mean, to do this loan application. And I'm like, okay, man, that's a lot of money for a loan application. So I called the dude, and he's like, man, I just talked to them 4 hours ago. I ain't made no decision on whether I want to use them or not, because I got 2 other companies. And I was like, okay, they don't tell me that. He's like, yeah, see, they don't want me to go with the other company, so they trying to get me to hurry up and sign with them, but I don't roll that way. That ain't how I flow. You know, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you ain't gonna make me do. I was like, hey, dude, I ain't here to make you do nothing. He's like, no, dog. I know that ain't you, but I'm just saying, you know, they trying to make me sign with them before I have a chance to go over the numbers and see what anybody else is offering me, and I don't like that. So nah, I ain't doing it. so I had to call, you know, let them know. He said he ain't signing the loan application. You know, so that gave me some insight on what can go on with this loan application thing. And basically, we're there just to get them to sign these documents. That's really all they want. So it's not a production. It's not something that we have to get deep into. All you need to do is just tell them the title of the document. That's it. You don't have to get, you don't have to get deep into this here. You know, if information is missing or not available, right? Because normally you collect funds, you know, you collect content from them, like their driver's license, bank statements, things of that nature, and hopefully they will go out and, you know, they will have that stuff prepared and ready for you, made copies. But sometimes they don't. Now, doing a loan application, if they don't have it together, what you do is you contact the signing company that sent you out, and you're probably going to have to contact the loan officer and let them know that, hey, Earl James doesn't have this information. You know, so how do you want me to proceed? How do you want me to handle this? And they'll let you know. And in some cases, they'll say, just go ahead on and get the paper signed. We'll deal with the other stuff that we need him to get us later. Then in some cases, they're like, well, if he doesn't have it, we can't go forward. So you have to contact them and find out which direction they want to go with this, okay? And the only thing that can delay it or make it long, again, if the person is just slow moving, or if it's a couple and one of the spouses don't agree with doing it in the first place. I don't want to do this. Why we got to refinance? You talk to them, they didn't talk to me. I've heard it all from the husband and from the wife, you know. So you can run into that situation, and if you run into that situation, then you just sit there quiet and let it roll and figure out, okay, are you going to sign or not sign? And at that point, that's when I would encourage them, if not do it myself, get the loan officer on the phone and be like, hey, they not on one accord about this, they're not in sync. Put you on speaker, you have a talk with them. And then they have a conversation, and then they make up their mind, you know, whether they're going to go with it from there or not. But that's pretty much, you know, one of the things about it. So with a loan application, they are very easy to do. It's a good way to get some experience and to get familiar with the whole process of dealing with the customer, downloading documents and all of that. But you don't have to make it complicated or stressful by trying to make it into a production. And when I first got on YouTube, a lot of notaries was calling me, and that's what they was doing. They was trying to make it into this big production, studying the loan application, breaking it down, and all of that kind of stuff, so that when they shared it, you know, I was like, you ain't got to do all of that. You just get the document signed. Because if you make it too complicated, and that person was already on the fence, and then they say, you know what, now I don't want to do this, because you're trying to present it like you know something about this, and then they decide not to, that is, you just killed your notary career. I'm serious, because they're gonna put in the thing, notary don't know how to shut their mouth. Notary sitting up here, bumping their gums too much, trying to act like they the loan officer. You don't want that. I'm telling you, you do not want that. And everything. So, I ain't saying nothing. I just let them do their thing. If they need help, I get the loan officer on the phone and go from there. And everything else, for the most part, will fall in line. Okay, slow it down, baby. Slow it down now. Let me see. Right, reading the room is the best thing. Now, Sharon. What up, AJ? That's right, my man. No notarizations on the loan application, and you do not need to put it in the notary log. Because one time when I first started, I did that. I started filling out the notary log, and then I was like, wait a minute, I ain't got to do that. There's no notarizations in this. So you get into the habit, and you think. So you got to realize where you're at, be in the moment. One of the things that I've learned is that the types of notary assignments that we could get comes in waves. That's the best way I can describe it. Comes in waves. So sometimes it'll be a whole lot of buyers, and then you'll see sellers, and there's constantly be the refis here and there. But then you'll actually, get all of a sudden out of nowhere a buttload of reverse mortgages. Like some people in a different part of the state of Virginia, I think Northern Virginia lady was telling me she's starting to get a lot of loan modifications. Well, about 4 or 5 months ago, I was seeing a whole bunch of loan mods myself, but now I'm not seeing any. It's just a few. Just like recently, they had the thing of the lawsuit settlements for Roundup. So all of a sudden, you start getting that. So it can come in waves. In one moment, you're seeing a whole lot of refis, or let's just say, out of the refis, you're all of a sudden seeing a whole bunch of conventional, and you don't see any VAs. And gotta get might have to pay for toll. I don't think I do. All right. Yeah. Woo. Oh, traffic, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. But okay. Oh, bridge might be up. Yeah. so yeah. Yeah. So you'll see stuff in waves. Like right now, I'm seeing a lot more. Not a whole lot, but I'm seeing more of people taking cash out. That's what I'm seeing a lot of now. People taking cash out of their property and everything. So I'm seeing a lot of people taking cash out of their property. So if they're taking cash out, I'm like, okay. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what I'm seeing. So I'm starting to see more refis with cash out. And I'm not talking about the cash where, okay, cash to close, you get back a little bit like $2,000 or $3,000. I'm talking about they're pulling out $34,000, $50,000, $80,000, $100,000. Okay, that's what I'm seeing now. That there's them, and they're not HELOCs. They're not HELOCs. They're cash outs. They're cash out refis. So it's not a home equity line of credit. This is them, because there's different paperwork and stuff in there with the HELOC, and it also tells you it's a HELOC. So I don't see. Yeah, these aren't HELOCs. These are people just saying, I got so much, $100,000 of equity, I'm pulling it out. Now, why? I don't even inquire. I don't even bring it up. I just like, okay, that's what you're doing. All right, go for it. And stuff. Um, but you'll see it in waves. And you just ride the wave. I mean, I'm not definitively looking for a refi or this or a particular type of refi. I'm just looking to make the money. Man, it's a lot of people down in Florida, but a lot of them are new. Because if you're talking about somebody experienced, if somebody's experienced down in Florida, I mean, feel comfortable, because also not everybody's mentality wise. You got to be in. If you're trying to help somebody get help, they got to be in a mindset to help. And one of the things that I've been seeing and hearing is that some people are calling themselves mentors, saying I'll be glad to help, and then especially in your area, and then when they start trying to help you or helping you, and they see that you for real, and you're not out here for play, then they don't want to have nothing to do with you. And then they all of a sudden start like, no, I ain't got time to talk to you no more. So that's one of the things that I've been seeing, is that people say they want to help, and sometimes I think people call themselves or say they want to help folk out just to get a feel for the competition. And then when they see, okay, these 12 people are real. Well, if those 12 people are real, that means that might cut my orders down. And then they start giving you misinformation out there, and next thing you know, you're like, okay, what the heck just happened? So if there's anybody out here who is in a position where they think they can help, reach out to the man, reach out to me. Troy, shoot me a text. And I'll also go back and look at the thing. My number's on my page, so I can keep tabs on that. And again, like I said, there are good notaries out there. There are people who are doing good work, but they got to be, and it's not, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying, come on, people, you gonna move or what? You got to be in a mindset to. Now, I'm just trying to figure out why this person won't press on the accelerator and stuff. I'm just trying. I don't know what's wrong with them, but yeah, just be okay. I don't have to pay a toll, but yeah, that's the thing. They got to be in a mindset and a willingness to help somebody and to educate them in areas that they don't know. So when you're talking about helping somebody, that's a responsibility, and a lot of people don't want that responsibility. They want grease and palm. They want their palm grease, but they don't want the true responsibility, because their people intent and information, they have to put a little more effort in. It's not that somebody's dumb or stupid or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is new for people, and it takes them some time. Some people like, look, come on now, you know better. You should know this by now. And then others, it's like, all right, let me pat you on the back. All right, let me give you some flowers. Let me work with you. But after a while, it's like, wait a minute. You should know this by now. You should have grown to the point where you understand this, because it's been told to you multiple times. Like one of the things that I hear from a lot of notaries, I mean a lot. So I'm not picking on any one notary out there when I talk about this part here. Allonge to note. There's nothing on there that requires us to sign. But I will get text messages, phone calls. What do I do with this? Who signs this? But if you look at the document, there's nothing on there that requires you or them to sign. The other one is the IRRRL, I, 3 R's and L. That document doesn't require us to sign it. The other document, lender certification, it says it on there. Lender certification. And then it has a spot for the mortgage company or lender representative to sign. If that's on there, then at what point in time do you think that you or the signers need to sign something that says lender certification? I mean, to me, that's just I have to say common sense thing. Okay, well, you got this document and there's nothing on the page that indicates you as the notary and them as the borrowers need to sign it, but you're wondering who needs to sign it because there's a signature line, and the signature line doesn't say borrower and has nothing to say about notary, but you are dogmatic that you need to find out who needs to sign this when it says on there lender. Now the question is, do you not understand who the lender is and the roles that everybody plays? If you don't understand your role as the notary, their role as the borrower, and then the people over here as the title, signing company, and the lender, then you have a big problem. Case in point, I was doing a signing yesterday. The whole time I'm doing the signing, the borrower will look at his name on the signature line and ask, do I need to sign this? I'm like, yes. Oh, okay. Then he was signing. Then another document comes up. And I realized I had to give him the general description because for whatever reason, he just acted like he couldn't comprehend. He didn't want to read anything, and I didn't feel like being there all day. So this is your borrower's consent to use tax return. This is just them asking, can they use your tax returns for various things that is listed in this document? Please read and sign. So he reads it, and then he asks me, do I need to sign this? I see my name here, but do I need to sign it? Now, this is a man who owns the home. He's purchased a home, he's refinancing, and he's asking me, do I need to sign where my name is at? I'm like, what? Now, the first thought came to my mind, imagine 10,000 people like that, and they all become notaries. 10,000 people who for themselves don't understand that they need to sign a document where their name is printed, and then they turn around and say, I want to be a notary. $10,000. That's going to create a problem with the notary business. Now, take those 10,000 and let's just say 7,000 of them get no training at all. They get no training. The only thing they're doing is worrying about making a dollar. Making a dollar. And they don't understand themselves that they need to sign a data document that has their name on it. That's a recipe for disaster, people. And that's what I believe is starting happening in the notary business, is that people don't understand not business, but how to conduct business from a standpoint that they're dealing with, meaning they don't understand legal documents. They don't understand how, that they need to sign documents in cursive. I had people that don't know how to sign in cursive, can't sign in cursive, won't sign in cursive. So you take those and you bring them into the notary business because they see that it's quote unquote easy money. And then they see all the infomercials. What do you think is going to happen to the industry for us? How do you think that's going to affect us? Now, you as a brand new notary, you slide up in here, people might be a little iffy about that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, AJ? You said, hey, my brother, what's up, man? So that's my concern. That has been my concern the whole time. But the reality of it hit me yesterday when I was with this young man, and he was asking me questions about the business and about doing this, like he was interested in doing it. And you get to a point where you make it seem very easy. And I can make it seem very easy to do. But I understand certain things, like where to sign. And I'm sitting here like, man, you literally don't. Case, another case in point. What's going on, Arizona? Miss Green. It's bumpy, a little bumpy, so I'm having a hard time seeing. But here's the thing. I will give him the initial escrow. A lot of times the initial escrow document is 2 pages. First page, what's going on, Texas? First page is you read and see, okay, when they take out the taxes and insurance. Okay, 13B. The next page is the signature page. You can get those from the NNA. You can Google them too, but the NNA has them. If you have a membership with the NNA, the hotline membership, and when you log into your account with the hotline membership, on the right-hand side, it has forms or NNA forms or something to that effect, and you can go in there and print out whatever forms you need. So one of the other issues was I would give him the document, and when I would give it to him, I would give it to him with both pages apart, like here, split, so he could see that there's 2 pages. And I would say, this is your initial escrow form. So he would get it, look at it, and then just stare at it and not realize that, okay, I was given 2 pieces of paper. And I'm talking about the paper was like, not like this here, but like separated like that. And so he could see it was 2 pieces of paper. He would, and then of course, they get it and then they pull them together. And he would look at the paper and not pull the second one out. Well, he keeps this, and then he would just stare at it. And I was like, the signature page is on the second page. Oh, there's a second page? Yeah. So I had to give him the paper and say, this is such and such document, please sign the second page. Because if I didn't say it, he would sit there and just stare at the paper until I told him, oh, that's a bad bump, until I told him he needed to sign it. And again, in my mind, I'm like, 10,000 people like that. And you might say, well, I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying, I get it. And it was clear that he didn't want to read. He wanted somebody to tell him everything. And at the end, he was like, thank you for telling me what to do. I mean, that's basically what he said. He was like, thank you for explaining the documents. And I really didn't explain. I just told him the title of the document, but he literally needed, or not want to say needed, he wanted somebody to tell him what to do every step of the way. And I know some people say, well, that's what we're there for, this, that, and that. I said, I get it. But my thought and what I'm talking about is simply this. If you have somebody like that who wants everything handed to them and done for them, and they become a notary, they're not going to do that for the borrower. You get what I'm saying? Because they're used to stuff being done for them, or they want stuff done for them, or they only want the answers. And by only wanting the answers, that means they're not going to really learn what they need to learn. Where the heck am I going? Where they got me going? Oh man, hold up. No, come on, please, no. Oh goodness. No, I'm going into a gated community. Yeah. Down there's a gated community, and oh man, I don't like. All right, flip the thing back around to me. All right, so let me see if there's a gate code in here. Hopefully there is. If it's not, then I might have to try to call the person and see if I can get the gate code from them. I do not see a gate code, so I'm gonna call him from this phone. It is going to a voicemail. How you doing? This is Mr. Griffin. I'm the house inspector. I need to get into the property so I can do the inspection on your home. And of course, it's gated here at the Riverview at the preserves. So when you get a chance, just give me a call back, 757-589-2921. I'm gonna go on ahead out and do my other inspections, and just give me a call or a text with the gate code if y'all are allowed to do that, and I'll swing back over tomorrow and come in and get the inspection done. If you have any questions, again, just give me a call. And this here is for the Bank Atlantic Union. Thank you and have a great day. All right, so hopefully you'll call me back. But yeah. So 24 minutes of riding just to be, yep, nice and gated, y'all. So, yep, that's somebody coming out. And yeah, I will ride on the back of somebody. Hey, Uncle Griff, I had my 4th sign in reverse mortgage and it went well, no issues. Cool, Joy. Cool. Hey, Greg, have you ever, Griff, someone wanting you to notarize something while you was at the loan closing. Yeah, I've had that before. I've had that happen. And it depends on what it is. It really does. It depends on what it is. I may or may not charge them. If it's something simple, nah. But most time people will still pay me. You know, they'll give me something. But I've done it for them for free, and all of that. When you are posting info for the later today. Yeah, later today. That's why I'm trying to get all my house inspections done. So once I'm done with that, I can focus on that and some other stuff and all of that. Yeah, you're right about a lot of people can't read. They want stuff done quick and all of that. They want something easy and everything. Ooh, okay, there we go. Get that back straight. That was jacked up. All right, so going to the next one. Oh man, so dang. So now I gotta go back to Virginia Beach. But yeah, so that's my concern, is that people are, they're hopping in this business, and they just want something quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, when you say extra forms, what extra forms for free? What are you talking about? I need some clarification on that. I need some clarification on extra forms. Are you talking about extra forms in the loan packet, or extra forms? Okay, this is by my house. Or extra forms, like they had their own document. Where the heck is this at? I don't know where this at. Oh, okay, I know where that's at. All right, I'll do that one first. I don't realize this when they will say, since that you are a notary, you can notarize this while you're here. Okay, then you just mention to them. Whatever they forget to mention, you mention it to them. I'm serious. If it's not a part of the loan packet, you can mention it to them. I mean, seriously, you can. Because it also depends on how they come at you. So some people will, they will actually, like, hey, since you're notary, and this is the way most people ask. They say, are you allowed to notarize other documents, or do you notarize other documents? They will literally ask me it that way. And I'm like, yeah. I said, is there something you need to notarize? Yeah, we have this form, ... How much does it cost? And most times they ask me, how much does it cost? And then I tell them. But, you could have that person that's like, all right, since you're here, you're a notary, notarize my stuff for me. I mean, as a notary, you have the right to refuse, and you can say, well, unfortunately, during this particular time, they don't want me notarizing non-loan documents during this meeting time that we have, because I normally have, because there's a charge for that. There's a separate charge for that, and they don't want you to think that you aren't getting charged, that you can get me to do this for free, but there's a charge for that. You can say something to that effect. Or, unfortunately, I'm running behind schedule, so I gotta roll out, but we can schedule an appointment. I can come back by, unless it's time sensitive or something to that effect. Well, you don't need an acknowledgement stamp. I just use an all-purpose acknowledgement, because I don't want to really have about 4 or 5 different stamps. I know you have the acknowledgement stamps, the jurat stamp, and all of that. And I mean, you can, but I'm just not one for trying to have 4 or 5 different stamps. So, sorry about that. But yeah, you can easily, you can find a way to let them know that, say, hey, I don't have a problem notarizing it. That's part of what I do. I notarize, loan documents and other documents. But they would like for me to focus on this, because for me to notarize something else, that's a separate fee. And then at that point in time, that's where you look at the eyeballs and see if the eyeballs dilate, and you're like, oh, well, I can't get it for free. Nah. But I've never had anybody well, I mean, there's no travel fee. I mean, $5 is $5. I mean, you're making money on the fact that you're there through the signing company. You're making money that way. So I wouldn't worry about the travel fee. Honestly, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't worry about the travel fee. If they want me to notarize, boom, okay, here you go, bam, it's done. I made $5. But if you're looking at, trying to get that travel fee, like, well, I already rode out here, so you need to pay me a travel fee, that might be a little iffy. Yeah, if anybody asks you about your experience level, you tell them the truth. This is where I'm at. Now, in your profile, don't put I'm brand new, stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't say in your profile. Right, you're there to try to, hey, what's going on? Hey, my lady Veronica. Yeah, you're there to build a relationship. So I'm not going to, charge them a travel fee since I'm already there. Just the same for people who may be working, let's say if you're in a nursing home, and I was talking with a young lady about this, you're in a nursing home and you happen to be notarizing one person's document and a bunch of other people, hey, can you do ours too? Or you do a session, you give them a flat fee for the travel. I'm not going to charge each person $20 when I made one trip there. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm there. I'm there, and I just go ahead on and do it that way. Yeah, that was jacked up. Just jumped all in front of me. Yeah, they want to try to take advantage. I ain't gonna lie, they want to take advantage. But again, how you communicate to them, okay, how you communicate to them is that, the state fee is $5, and you just go on and tell them, and then from there, then they'll decide whether they want you to do it or not. But yeah, people do try to get over. Sometimes, skin folk try to get over. I'm just being honest with you and everything. Sometimes gender folks, people who are the same, what we used to say in the day, Habu, H-A-B-U, hook a brother up mindset. They want to do that and everything. And that should be your determination as the business owner, whether or not you let them slide, and all of that. But most people, I mean, there hasn't, like one lady needed something notarized. I needed something, some tea because it was cold outside. And she got me some tea. Wow, that was a big piece of lightning. She got me some tea. And she got me the tea first. And then at the end, she was asking about the notarization. and how much it costs. And I said, well, ma'am, you was kind enough to provide me some warm tea. Thank you for that. I'll do the notarizations for free. Let's just say, fair trade, and she was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I did one notarization for a guy, and it was just like 2 notarizations. He gave me $20. So, okay, list that as $10 notarization fee and $10 travel fee, or $10 tip. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, just let them know, okay, yeah, you got to pay me. I ain't going to charge you a travel fee since I'm already here. But then sometimes people will be gracious enough to in it. But if you see they cheap, they don't want to pay, okay, get the $5 and keep going. I mean, that's what I would do, unless there's something really, really creepy about them. Then you can just simply say, my contract doesn't allow me to do notarizations that is that's outside of this loan closing. So we can set an appointment for me to come back, and that's how you get your travel fee. That's what I would do. You say, look, we can set an appointment for me to come back, and it's a $20 travel fee plus $5 for whatever your state charges. And now you haven't lost anything because you don't feel that you've been taken advantage of. They haven't been able, and then if they don't call you, oh well. Then if they do call you, you already know at least 25 bones you're getting out of this deal, because they got to go with they got to go with what you said. You've already told them $20 travel fee. And that's my minimum $20 travel fee. And then if I want to discount it for somebody, I'll charge them $10 or $15, something like that, and everything. So, yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, it can happen. It truly can happen. People are like that, and that's why I'm a proponent of, developing an aura about yourself, a way that you carry yourself when you come in there and everything. And that's why, for me personally, I like having the business name. I'm Griffin Notary Services, so they won't think that, oh, you're just some person that happened to have a notary stamp. No, I'm running a real business here, so respect my business. That's why, again, I say I don't like people calling my stuff little. You call my business little, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'm serious. That's to me, that's on the same level as spitting in my face. You call my business, well, so how's that little business you got? I get ugly then. I blacklist me. You don't disrespect me like that. I'm sorry. You will not disrespect me like that, period. And just like I was at the one couple house, and the husband, he said, before I even realized it came out of my mouth, the husband, I said, y'all cook and run a business. He said, yeah, my wife, she has her little business. I said, sir, it's not little. I said, never let anybody call your business little. I said, this here is your business. It's not something small and insignificant. And I could tell the wife was like, yeah. And she, again, I wasn't trying to put them against each other, but she appreciated that. Okay, she was like, yeah, it's not a little business, because this is her thing. He's not doing the cooking. He isn't doing the cooking. Now, he's very good. I could tell that the hospitality, greeting the people, making sure the money come in. But, she's like, this is my thing, and she was like, yeah. So he might have been mad at me a little bit, but it just sort of came out. I was like, nah, sir. I was like, you call your own wife business little. It's not little. it means something. It matters. Y'all putting time, effort, sweat, tears, all of that. I mean, they had food and everywhere. I mean, you could barely sit at the daggone table because they had all the cooking stuff up there. And I'm like, y'all in this tiny townhouse, it's probably 1,500 square feet, raising a kid and running a business. This ain't small. I mean, you doing it and everything. So people will disrespect what you have. Other notaries will disrespect what you have because you not popping like they popping. And that's why I get concerned about some of the so-called get-togethers and mentoring things, is because I think sometimes people trying to pocket watch, and they trying to show, hey, my, like my thing is bigger than your thing, my get together, my YouTube channel, this, that, and the other. That's why I don't do mine from a competition standpoint. I'm just out here trying to help people. When I get together and do my stuff with the fellas, I ain't trying to, make it like, yeah, my fella get together is bigger than somebody else's fella get together. That ain't what it's about for me. It's about, okay, what needs to be done to help people. I don't need, at 54 years old, I don't need my ego stroked anymore. I really don't. I think I've accomplished some great things. I'm happy about where I'm at in life. Signers who downplay. Sorry about all the bumpy. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't had it lately. But yeah, when I first started, and I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you straight up, it was mostly men and black men. Some white men. I'm just being straight with y'all, okay? Y'all know that's how I am. Men in general, because again, I'm coming in, and especially men who are younger than me, or might have been my age, and they think that, hey, that they done accomplished something, they done retired out the military, and they just chilling. And I'm out here doing this, and they like, man, you ain't, I can tell they like, you ain't making no money. Oh, okay, I must have missed my turn. And I'm like, hold on. Oh, okay, I was supposed to go the other way. Oops. Okay, I see. Yeah, and I've had a couple of them just their vibe. I'm gonna just be straight with y'all. The white men will ask questions about, like, they want to know how much I'm making. They just come straight out. Like, so are you working some other job, or is this your main line of business? So back then I was part-time. I was like, no, I do this part-time. I'm bringing in about $3,500 a month doing this part-time. I said if I was doing it full-time, I probably could be pulling in about $8-9 grand, depending on on the floor of things. But yeah, I said I can, if I really push it, I could probably be pulling in $5 grand. And they're like, oh. I said, yeah. I said, actually, my part-time, the money I'm making part-time with the notary is actually nearly matching what my take-home pay is for my day job. I said my net for my day job is just a little more than what I'm pulling in part-time. And they're like, oh, okay, got it. And I'm just being honest with you. The white guys, and even the white ladies, they start questioning, like, what else are you doing? Are you just doing this? Are you doing other things? And I'm like, yes, I'm at that time, yes, I have a regular job, and I'm doing this, I'm doing it. Oh, okay. And I run an IT consulting business. Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. Oh, and then now to the kicker for the men, I let them know, I said, in that vehicle out there, I said, that's my I said, my business pays for that. So I make enough money in the business to pay for the rental car. That's about $700 a month at that time. Oh, okay. So now I'm showing them, yes, I'm bringing in bank. Now for the black men, they tend to just sort of sit back and look at me like, this all you doing? Oh, you must be struggling. You must be struggling, dog. You got to be a notary, huh? With your old self with all that gray in your beard. And somewhere along the line, you know, when I feel that, I ain't gonna lie, I was somehow like, yeah, okay, cool. I said, well, go ahead on and knock out a couple of more of these here. And they're like, and then the wife or the husband, you know, the guy, he'll be like, oh, well, how many you do of these a day? I say 4 to 6, you know, well, part-time. I was like, not really. I said, I do as many as I can. I try to pull in about $200, $300 a day if I can. I say, you know, but, you know, doing it part-time, it fluctuates. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. You getting paid like that? Yeah. I said, yeah, I can. I said I could probably pull in easily $3,000 a month doing this. And maybe, you know, if I really push it 4. And if I say I really push, I could probably do 5, but, you know, I ain't trying to kill myself right now. I said I'm working toward doing this full time. And then next thing I know, about 90% of the black dudes turn around and look at their wife. Now, this is the part that trips me out. They tell their lady, well, baby, that's something you could do. I hear you, ladies, but that's what they say. Well, sweetheart, that's something you can do. And she then does that. You know, y'all know how y'all do it. And she like, me do. You don't want to retire. You need to go do it. You know, and a couple of women actually said that. So I know that was a long thing to say. Yes, I've come across people dissing me because I'm doing this. But when I let them know, and I don't have a problem telling them the dollars, I let them know. I won't tell them what I'm making on their order, but I tell them, I said, I can get paid between $75 and $150 for doing this. I said it all depends on the company and all of that. And I know some people who might see this like, oh, don't talk, but y'all not at the table, okay? Y'all not at the table, and it's up to you whether you do this or not. And it's not about me trying to brag or anything of that. So I hope I don't take this the wrong way. You know, any signing companies or title companies or anybody who's looking, you know, listening to this and everything. All right, so let me see. What the heck am I at now? Okay. 35, 47, okay. 35, 47, that is 35, 53, so it must be back that way. So I, this is the one thing that I don't like about some of these houses. They don't have the address on it to where you can clearly see. Oh, there it is. Whew. All right, this is a pretty nice house. Pretty nice house. All right, so, but yeah, I've had people basically like disrespect what we do here, and and sometimes the ladies, but mostly it's the guys that's acting like me doing the notary is beneath manure. You know, I'm serious. But when I explain to them, I say, no, I do good here. I say, you know, now that I'm full time, they're like, oh, so you got it like that? I'm like, it's not so much like I got it like it's some secret. I'm like, I just go out here and work. And then they're like, okay, all right. You know, they're like, true that, bro. All right, cool. Much respect to you, you know, and everything. And I mean, now nobody bugs me about it or asks me. I don't know why. Once I became full-time, I don't get that anymore. But when I was part-time, people was always asking me about whether or not, you know, like, are you really making money doing this? You know, is this all you do? I don't get questions like that now that I'm full-time with it. I don't know why. I don't know. You know, maybe a little, you know, a spiritual thing there and all of that. But yeah, that's what I was going through, you know, and it's just amazing. But mainly, like I said, the men The men would try, and then I tell them, I said, well, no, I'm an IT guy, Scrum Master, and this, I say, no, I make good money. I said, I make, just under $90,000 a year, as an IT guy. And they're like, you gonna quit that and do this full time? I'm like, yeah, there's a certain level of freedom, and I know if I work the business right, I can make the same or more. And there's certain tax deductions that I get as a business owner versus a W-2. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm see. Then they start thinking. Then the wheels start turning in their head, and then they like, Agnes, Shaquanda, Kylie, don't you think that's something you would like to do? And all them women look back at them and said, why don't you go out there and do it? If he doing it, why can't you do it? Everything. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna flip the camera around, knock out this next one. So it's hard to see the house, but it's the house next to that little white car. So I'm gonna knock this out real quick.
What up, though?
All right. Yeah, I had to get a little creative there to get the side pictures because the angle of the house was such that it's real hard to get a good picture of the side. So one of the things I also had to do is take a picture of the garage because the house is like this, facing this way, then the garage is facing that way. So the garage isn't facing forward. So with the garage like this, had to go and take a side, picture of the garage itself zoomed in so you can get a good picture of the garage door and everything. That's one of the requirements. So if the house is facing straight at you with the garage door, then that's cool. But if it's on the side, on the inside or pointing out, and you got to go around to the side and get a picture of the garage and stuff. But so what I miss here? I've had that happen. Yeah. We can find all the information about you. Yeah, truth and light, the true light. Yeah, but some people, I mean, people out here, they sitting up there pocket watching. You know, they trying to see. But one of the things that I've learned, the more organized you come across, the more professional you are when you are doing this business. Then the people start like, okay, just the way you carry yourself. They're like, wait a minute, you must be making some money because you just like chilling. Because keep in mind, they've seen other notaries, and I hope none of y'all are this here. I hope I'm. Let me see. People's dreams and purposes. Yeah. So one of the things that I've learned is that sometimes notaries, people have come across really, really bad notaries. Notaries who are not doing the business. They're disorganized. They're just doing stuff any old kind of way. So they compare you to them. And then let's just say you have a notary who's always woe is me, and then they're like, nah, I ain't making no money out of this. Well, you probably halfway blacklisted on most of the sites. So if they're disorganized, disshuffled all the time, coming in late, got body odor or whatever the case may be, hair odor, or that kind of stuff. They look raggedy all the time. Their conversation isn't professional. Even the way they carry, they're looking like, oh man, I only got one pen. I guess y'all got to share the pen. You see what I'm saying? All of that kind of stuff, and then they're comparing you to them, and that's what they're expecting. So even yesterday when I did my last signing of the day, I wrote the stuff down in the law like I'm supposed to, and then I did the swear in, and with them, I did the oath with them, and the lady was like, the last notary didn't do any of that. I said, do what? She said, write anything down, write anything in the law book, or do the swear in, the oath to anything. I was like, I said, she's supposed to. She's like, nope, she didn't do any of that. I was like, wow, okay. So she was like, I feel like this is much more official. So me doing those two things, what I'm supposed to be doing, made her, the wife, feel that this was much more official. So guess what? I'm gonna get a good review. Now, with that couple, they was very, very nice, and so we having just conversation and everything, talking with each other. Next thing I know, I'm getting ready to leave. They're like, hey, have a seat. So next thing we know, we go from the dining room where we was talking and doing the signing to where they wanted to sit down in the living room and chit chat for a little while. It was my last one of the day. All right, cool. Let's sit down and talk. So I talked to them for about another 20 minutes about life. They just wanted to talk. So I'm like, all right. And they weren't no old people. They was probably just a few years older than me. And oh man, that duck sauce is good on the lumpia. Even when the lumpia cold, it's still good. But they wanted to talk, so I got there at 6. I probably left there about 7:20, 7:25. I'm just being real with you. So not every customer wants to sit down and have a chit chat with you, but sometimes they do. And if y'all don't mind, if y'all hadn't hit that like button, go on and hit that like button so that YouTube can do that thing and let the world know that we up here chopping it up, just kicking it on a Saturday. Go to this next inspection. Now I will say, just 9 minutes away. Sometimes, as you see, it's a lot of riding around with these house inspections. I can deal with that because if I'm pulling in $1,500, I mean, I've already made over $800 this month. You know, this is what is today? The 14th. So the 14th, I've already made over 800, and I keep going. So that tells me at the pace that I'm going, I could pull in probably, let's just say double. So 815 days, or just under 900, because I'm at 805. So the 5 that I did today, or that I'm gonna do this weekend, that's gonna be another $100. So I'm gonna be at $900. I'm gonna be at $900 by Tuesday, after they calculate everything and all of that. That's pretty good. And again, I'm not saying this to like brag about money. I'm just showing numbers because people want to know numbers. Okay, it's not, and I know some people are like, never talk money, never say anything. No, man, don't talk about. I get that, but sometimes people need to know that when you invest your time and effort into something, that you can earn real dollars. You know, because that's part of the reason why you're doing this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Thanks, CJ. So, hold on. Yeah, and see, like for me, I don't wear the tie, which I wouldn't mind. I was dressing up a little more in more dress clothes and stuff, but I tend to be in people's houses with the animals. And I know people like, I'm put the animals up. I personally don't have a problem with it, but sometimes you have the animals, you have the kids, and all of that. So I wear the tactical pants and a nice collared shirt, and everything. And then plus back then, you know, I was chunky. Okay, let me just be real with you. Okay, I was on the chunky side, and I got a complex about being, you know, a little too chunky and wearing certain clothes. And my shirts wasn't, you know, it was just like, you know, I mean, choking me. So I'm like, I got to lose some weight before I be throwing on a tie or anything, because I was just like, you know. And then I'm okay. The tummy, my shirt's always, if my stomach too big, I am not tucking the shirt in. Now, this ain't nothing against my brothers who got the belly. I know some fellas, I can't, it just don't look right on me when I try to tuck the shirt in my stomach. So I don't tuck my shirt in the pants. All right. Which means if I'm wearing, unless I got a suit jacket and it's hot out there, 92 degrees, 96 degrees, like it's saying now, 96, 97 degrees, wearing a suit jacket and all of that, you know, like some brothers be, you know, they be having a sweater on and all of that. The sweater, the long sleeve shirt, and the tie. I can't do all of that. You know, now when I was slimmer, you know, all right, cool. But yeah, I'm just being real with you. So I dress for comfortability. Like I said, I don't like being vacuum sealed in my clothes. More power to you brothers who can, you know, wear the skinny things and all of that, and the little zipper pants and all. I can't do that. You know, if I can't just, that's just not me. You know, I like to wear socks, you know, with my shoes. So, you know, I don't like walking around with no socks on and stuff like that. That's just not the way I grew up, you know. But yeah, doing the house inspections is cool. I like it, but it is a lot of riding around, as y'all see. You know, went to Norfolk, then all the way out to Chesapeake. Unfortunately, they was gated. Come back to Virginia Beach, knock out the 3 in Virginia Beach. So this taking over an hour and everything. So yes, you can make more money doing one loan signing. You can do two $75. I bet you them $75 signings looking pretty good now, ain't it? You know, like, man, okay, I gotta do all that driving around. Shoot, I'll take 275s, you know, and make 150 for the day and not have to do all that driving. I get it. But my situation is that I got to bring in as much funds as I can, and I'm not worried about, well, see, this isn't my car, this is the rental car. So all I'm doing is just gassing it up. So the wear and tear is on their vehicle. So if the wear and tear is on their stuff, it ain't hurting me none, except, you know, it just costs me time. So yeah, I'll go ahead and invest the time and effort and everything and make that money. So that's why I don't have a problem doing the rental car and everything. And yeah, the rental car prices have gone up, had went up, but now they starting to come back down a little and everything. So let me see what else somebody been saying up here. All right, got to run to a loan appointment. You be safe out there. As always, if you get stuck on something, hit me up. You know, give me a call and everything. Now, I know I say this a lot. New notaries, let's talk about how to deal with your first assignment. A couple of things. One, always read the instructions that you was given. Two, communicate to the people that sent you the order. Three, if you cannot get with somebody or can get, you know, if you're in the signing and you're stuck on something and you have no way of getting with anybody, nobody's answering the phone call, nobody's responding and all of that, give me a call and I'll see, you know, and I'll try to help walk you through it. But I think if you listen to the stuff that I'm about to share, you may not need to call me, because then you'll know what to do. First of all, don't just call them. Text, email, okay? Text and email. Let me get over since I got to turn left, right. Text and email, okay? A lot of people will just try to call and leave voicemails. Keep in mind, if it's a one person or two person operation for the signing company, they may not have the staff to sit there and answer your phone call, because they're busy putting out other fires. And they don't care that you knew it. They expect you to be able to deal with it and figure out what to do. Okay? All right, you got to get in that. You know what? I should have cut you off, but I ain't going to worry about it. Yeah, now you're getting your little narrow butt back over. So, thought you was going to be squeezing all through. This is the part that I hate the most about the mobile notary, is dealing with the people out here driving. They don't know how to act. But, back to your first signing. Daggone thing good. What is the address? 56. All right, right here. All right, back to the first signing. Now, if you run into a problem, call them, text them, email them. Okay. If you don't look on the CD, on the signing page, on the signature page of the CD, they have numbers there. Contact information for the borrower. Use that information. Call those people that is on that page. Yep, that's the right address. Call those people, okay? Call them, leave a message, all of that. If the signing company says, oh, you need to contact the lender, ask them, do you have a cell phone number for them? If they have a cell phone number, text them on that, because people don't realize that if you're calling them, they may not realize that you are the notary calling them for their client. So they're like, I don't recognize this number, and they don't answer it, okay? Because in their mind, they're like, I'm off for the day, or busy doing this. So a lot of times I get a response when I text, and when I text, I'm saying, this is Stephen Griffin, the notary, for such and such loan closing or loan application. Can you please contact me? The borrower has a question concerning such and such. Bam. They if they get the message, they will get right back to you and everything. Oh, okay. This thing was recording the whole time. So that's what I do. Don't just rely on phone calls. Even with signing order and snap docs, use the feature to send a message. Use the message feature in there. Now, after you've done all of that, and if you still can't get in contact with anybody, the next thing is, okay, signers, do you want to proceed with the signing? If they say, yeah, we'll go ahead on, then cool. And then you put a note in your closeout report saying what went down and letting them know. If they don't want to sign and you're like, okay, thank you, and then you leave, when you do your closeout report saying they refuse to sign, explain why. That message goes out to everybody who's a part of the process, the signing company, the title people, the lender. And when they see that, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And a lot of times they'll turn around and call. So if I'm in a situation where I have not been able to get with the lender and this person wants to cancel because they didn't get their information right, answer the questions answered, and I have to leave, I will go around the corner and I will make sure that I close out, tell them why, that they didn't sign. And most of the time they will then like, oh, wait a minute, let's call what happened. This is what happened. Y'all need to call them, ... Oh, okay, my apologies. We hold on, we're right on it. And now all of a sudden, the signing company or title company has the ability to get the lender on the phone using the same number that you've been trying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now what? So that's kind of stuff that happens. So, and a lot of notaries will make the mistake and just use one method of trying to communicate to them in the beginning, and nobody picked up. Did you try to email them? No. Did you try to text them? No. The other thing you can do, ask the borrowers, call your loan officer. Because if the borrowers call them, they recognize that number. Oh, okay, yeah, this is John and Joan. Okay, shoot. Hey, what's going on there? Yeah, we have the notary, and then when they get on, say, yeah, I was trying to contact you to ask you, so I just asked them to call you because I couldn't get through to you. Oh, my bad. That was your. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, here's what the deal is. They need to know ... this, that, and the other. And then they'll explain it. So you can have their signers contact the loan officer. And if the loan officer kept their number in his phone, so he'll know that, okay, this is a client calling me, a lot of times they'll pick up, and I've had to do that many, many times to get the signer to call them in order to get an answer. And it's weird, but that's just the way it happened to work out. So I'm gonna do this next one. All right, so again, it's not even gonna take long. I don't have to do any side pictures on this one. All right. So that is typically how fast you can do these house inspections. Doesn't take long. I put my hazards on so people will know I'm parked. Got my vest on so nobody won't think I'm out here doing something creepy and all of that. And that's simply it. I'm trying. So again, I know some human beings that are notaries that are trying to do this. You don't want to do all of this. There's nothing wrong with that. Just do well at what you do decide to do. But given the climate of this here world, you gotta have the mindset to have a more than just one thing available. You really do. If you don't, you can't be mad when the shift comes and you no longer, and you're not able to shift with it. So yeah, the house inspections went down to where basically I was barely making $300 a month doing it. But I stuck with it. I held on to it. Now I'm gonna do. Do I need to do it? No, I'm good. Because sometimes if you ever get into a situation where you don't see the street address, the numbers on the house, then you can actually take pictures of 8 minutes away. You can actually take a picture of the street sign, the actual street sign, and all of that, and everything. So gotta go back that way. But yeah, I used to be of the mindset, I'm gonna just do one thing, work this one job, and nothing else. And I'm gonna tell you, when that bankruptcy hit, and like Kwame Brown said, kicked me in the drawers, jumped on me like a trampoline. Shoot, I was like, hold up, I gotta wake the heck up and figure out something else here. And I was like, bump all this dumb stuff. Let me go out here, man the heck up, and do what I got to do to take care of the family. So I'm encouraging y'all, this ain't party time. Too many people in this business, they're trying to make it seem like a party time. Everybody trying to look sexy and cute. This is about doing business, because sexy and cute only take you but so far. You got to know how to run this business. You got to know how to run your business. You got to know how to expand and add things in there. You know, I told you my big goal is commercial real estate. That's where I want to get to. I'm not looking to do this here for 20 years. You know, I work this here as long as I can. But I would love to get into commercial real estate closings, you know, so I'm working toward that. But every time I do a residential one, every time I run into a difficult one, that helps me mentally do it. Being able to manage to do 3 or 4 signings a day and to do 3 or 4 house closings, that's helping me out. That's helping me. That's building my stamina. That's keeping me sharp. You know, but sometimes if you get too monotone, and I'm talking about for the people who are in a position to do the business full time, not talking about those of you who are part time, those of you who are truly in a position to do this business full time, but you're trying to be too Hollywood with it. You need to cut that mess out. Stop being Hollywood with this business and go out there and work it. Okay? Stop being Hollywood. Just go out here and work it. Stop trying to act like update you on my journey. Yeah. Explain that. What do you mean on my journey? What update do you need? Yeah, what update? Who's that? Random. What update are you talking about? What other update? This way. You need. You're talking about. I might have missed something there, but there comes a time, throughout various religious scriptures, it talks about the harvest time, the planting time, and I really think this year is the planting time. People trying to make it seem like, hey, we're in the harvest, we're partying it up, but I still think for many of you, you're still in the planting stage. You haven't really gotten to a point to really reap your full harvest with this business or with business in general, especially if you never ran a business before. You're still trying to learn. And that's why I have a problem with people who just getting in this business talking about after 2 or 3 months, I can teach you and all of that. I'm like, even if you ran another business, you still got to get yourself in a position to where you are planting correctly so that you can harvest. Oh, okay, yeah, I keep you updated on that. Yeah. I'm doing some research on that, and I'm trying to get into that. I really am. I'm trying to get into that, and everything. But I'm still planting in this business, and I'm like, if I'm still planting, I haven't reached the point where I'm thinking I'm really making a harvest. I'm getting money, I'm getting to take care of the family, but I'm talking about that over in abundance, where it's like, boom, I'm not there yet. Working toward it, but I'm not there. So I'm like, a person who all of a sudden just falls into this quote unquote harvest, but they really didn't learn how to plant and cultivate. When that harvest goes away, their harvest diminishes, their harvest get infected with bugs and things of that nature. The question is, do they know how to grow it? Do they know how to replant? Okay, this soil isn't good anymore. Let me plant over here in some better soil because we done took all the nutrients. Do they know how to do that with their business? And see, that's what I've learned with mine. I've learned how to flow with mine. So now I'm starting to get some direct clients. But even with the direct clients, it's still no guarantee because the bulk of my money comes from the signing companies. And everybody is so direct. And I'm like, okay, you got to understand the soil. The soil is the company that can pay you, that can feed you. Okay, so the soil of the direct client versus the soil of the signing company, which one has the ability to feed me in the area that I'm in? And right now for me it's the signing company. For you it might be the direct company. But the thing is, you don't overlook that other piece of land there, that plot of land. You don't overlook that piece of land over there, that direct client. They might come in handy. So I still keep touch with it. Okay, we cool. But I don't just ignore the opportunities. And I think too many people right now are teaching y'all to ignore the opportunities. They're teaching y'all to just forget about this and only focus on refinances, only focus on those, and people are ignoring loan application, debt settlements and all that just because you got to drive a little bit. They're overlooking reverse mortgages. What happens if the refinances dry up, but yet the reverse mortgages pop? And you have none, and all you've done for the last year is told companies, I don't do reverse mortgages. So now, if the climate change, boy, it is about to storm out here. If the climate change, and now all of a sudden reverse mortgages pop, you've already planted the seed out there. I don't do that. That's beneath me. I don't mess with old folk. That's what I've heard people say. Now the question is, where your money gonna come from if the refinances drop by 35%? Refinances drop by 35%. You know what I'm saying? And I hear, and it's just so many notaries. It's like, well, I didn't take the order because I really didn't know what that was. And I'm like, what do you need to know? Except that you got to sign, they got to stamp. That's what you need to know, and that's what you need to do. So, now this year's the last one. Now, when I'm parked, like this year's in a cul-de-sac, so what I normally do is park straight on to the house, so they, so the people so the camera is watching me the whole way. Turn the camera back on. So now there's this lady out here walking her dog. That must be her house. So hopefully, oh snap! See, that GPS thing with the groundworks can have it wrong. So I'm over here. All right. So I just angle my camera that way. I don't even have to move. All right. But so hopefully she won't be bothering me, questioning me, and all that kind of stuff. All right, I got to do side pictures of this. So this one shouldn't take too long. This is my last one for the day. And just in time, folk riding on in the house where I was at. All right, so that's it. All right. So what's going on, GG? Yeah. All right, so yeah, so that's it for my house inspection. All that's done. Let me see something. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm out. Oh man. So did all of those, got all of that stuff done. Perfect timing. Now, one of the things with the house inspections, if you're doing them and the customer comes out the house or comes up or whatever, you see them and they see you, I go ahead on and introduce myself to them and let them know why I'm there. I just say, hey, this is what I'm here for, ... They're like, oh, okay, thank you. Because, they don't know. Or they might have forgot. Sometimes they'll forget, oh, that's right, I forgot all about that. So, I don't know which way I'm going. I bet you I'm completely lost. Okay, I know where I'm at now. So yeah, that's what I do. I let them know, hey, I'm the house inspector. I pull up their name and I'll just, mention them by first name or last name and say, hey, out here for, Jaquanda or Cody or whoever. And they're like, oh yeah, that's me. I said, yeah, I'm just doing a house inspection for you. That's all. Okay, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. And free and clear, good to go. That way, like if they're leaving and then they go somewhere and then a neighbor comes, I say, I've already talked to Miss So-and-so, everything's clear, and stuff. So But yeah, that's what I do. So when I'm not on the live, this what you saw today for this time period is what I do, dropping stuff off FedEx, and then I'm hitting the road. I'm hitting the road and I'm doing the house inspections, knocking them out from one city to the next city, all of that. And again, I know not everybody physically and mentally is built for this. And even if you are, there's some people that don't want to do it. I'm serious. You don't want to do it. So all I got is that one inspection left. I got till the 16th to get that done. So anything that comes in on the weekends, on a Friday, you have till Monday to get it done. So that's why what I do for the house inspections, if anything comes in on the weekend, I load up. I will load up and pull in, as many as I can. So sometimes I'll have 8 house inspections to knock out and stuff. And I'm just checking the weather because it's about to storm and wondering if I can cut that front yard before that rain hits. Look like I can. Or maybe not. Okay. But I'm about to, what's about to come through, that's going to be some nasty rain. So when I get home, first thing I'm going to do is try to cut that front yard real quick, and I'll be good to go. I still ain't edged up the sides around the house. I ain't worried about that. I deal with that later, but I got to cut that front. So I'm going to be, and yes, I have done house inspections in the rain. Interior and exterior, I've done them in the rain. It is not fun, but I have done them in the rain. I don't know, some of the old heads, y'all might know about grease pencils. Grease pencils is a type of pen, pencil that you can use to draw on like a laminated surface, and it's water resistant. And I'm trying to find some grease pencils and then laminate some paper so I can do my drawings if I have to do it out in the rain and stuff. The inspection paid $20. What y'all saw me do today, I did 4, so that was $80. And again, yes, I know it was some driving, but when I look at $1,500–$1,600 popping in, even the $900, and then if Notary is going slow or whatever the case may be, but just on top of what I'm making, to me it's worth it. For other people, doing what you saw me do today is not worth it. You'd be like, nah, all that riding around, I ain't doing it. But at the end of the day, I guess the way I look at it, for the amount of time that you saw me actually do the work, $20 is cool. And the last 3 weren't that far. And as y'all see, I'm not that far from home. So the last 3 wasn't that far. The Chesapeake one was way out there. But once I came back from that, the 3 was like boom, 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 knock those bad boys out. So they was close. So sometimes you'll get them and they're very close to each other. The drive to them can be a beast, but the actual effort that you needed to put into doing them is not that much, so for the effort in physically doing it, it's worth it. And then you can tax deduct all the miles. So all of these miles, you get 56 cents a mile, so you sort of making out. You're making out to me. If you don't think you're making out doing 56 cents a mile, all that driving I just did, on top of the $80 that I made, and then the 56 cents that I'm going to get for driving back out to the other one and coming back home from that one, come on now. So they want available, no problem. I go back out tomorrow. That's another 56 cents a mile that I get the claim. I don't think that's that bad. I really, really don't. Lightning and everything. Man, I don't know. I might not be able to cut this grass, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Cause once I go in the house today, I ain't coming back out. But I do have another video that I want to do for y'all. I'm not even gonna tell y'all the title of it. And I'm gonna do that probably later. I'm gonna pre-record that and then post it. And everything. Yeah, it's about to rain bad out here, lady. Now, for us paid, thank you for asking that. And I should have mentioned that. They pay once a month at the beginning of the month. So you're not waiting 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months for your pay like you could with Notary. Okay. So you might complain about getting $20 in the amount of driving, but that $1,700 that I made last month, I got paid by the 5th of this month. So I think that in and of itself is a positive, because you can make $8 grand in Notary. You could have made 10 grand and more. You could have made 5 grand, and guess what? You're not getting all of that by the 5th or the 10th of next month. You're getting it trickled in. So understanding business and making sure that you have money to cover your bills, that $1,700 takes care of a good portion of the bills at the beginning of the month. So that's why I was having an issue. I was like, man, I need those house inspections, because that money that I was getting from the house inspections was helping to pay bills at the beginning of the month. So when I wasn't getting that money, now I got to sort of adjust things around a little bit, to make sure stuff gets paid, because I didn't have as much. So that's where it comes into play at, okay? What is up with folk? Everybody want to drive crazy today. That's where what he's trying to do is get up in front of me and think I'm gonna leave a little gap for him to slide in behind me. Slide in front of me. That's what he's trying to do. Man, I ain't giving him the space. So now I'm turning off and y'all do what y'all want. But yeah, so my thought process and method is this, y'all. Now I probably should have led off with this, didn't think of it until the lady asked the question. The money that I make from the house inspections, if I can pull in $1,000 a month from that, I get that money by the 5th. That covers several bills right off the bat. Okay, so correct, it ain't nothing to sneeze at. So you looking at the delay that you have in getting money through the Notary business. You got that. You got to wait 30 to 45 days. Have I had to choose what over what? Talking about doing Notary over house inspections? I'll get to that in a second. So what I'm looking at is I'm waiting 30 days to get this money. I got bills to pay in the beginning of the month. I pulled in $1,000, $1,500 from this. Shoot, I'm good. I got some money to pay for bills at the beginning. See what I'm saying? Now, for as choosing one over the other, there have been times where I chose doing more Notary stuff over the house inspections, and then there's times where I've chosen to do house inspections over the Notary. So it's just a balance. I just have to balance it out. And as you go through the process, you'll figure it out what works for you. But there have been times, all depends. I will make sure I do the house inspection for may come in for $200 or $100 for 4 o'clock to do the house inspection. Now for my $20 ones, the extra where I just ride like what y'all say, I may have planned to do my house inspections between 4 and 6 in the afternoon. But if orders come in and there's enough daylight and there's an order that comes in for 5:30, okay, that means I might have to go do a couple of, all right, it's trying to connect the Wi-Fi in the house, and then